Hello, everyone. Got something in my eye. Let's quit the start. Now that I did the elevator music joke, hopefully I was able to get my sound back working again. Let me know in the chat if the sound's okay. Welcome, everyone. Super excited for this live stream. All of the Guest Designer Unlocked streams have been a lot of fun. But obviously we have more people this time here for the giveaway, I imagine. It's awesome to have everyone here, even if I do have to bribe you to join me for a few minutes. So let's get started. Let's talk just a little bit about the campaign first, and then I'll go into how the giveaway is going to work, just to let some stragglers get on. So let's take a look at where the campaign is at right now. And as I go, feel free to ask normal questions that you have in the chat. Happy to answer anything about Phantom Epoch, Doteira games, the Kickstarter, anything else that you feel like talking about. So yeah, feel free to message. And here's how we're looking in the campaign right now. We are officially done our first week of 3. We're already 464% funded, over $167,000, 889 backers. It's just been an incredible campaign. And we recognize that it might not be super easy to back big box campaign games right now. So we appreciate all of you who are on board with us. You're awesome. You're really awesome. And on that note, we do have a question here that I will answer, and then we'll show you how the giveaway is going to work. So how many people are working on the game? How big is the team? So officially, Doteira Games itself is 2 people. That said, there are a lot more people on the team. We've worked with amazing artists, amazing graphic designers who aren't officially part of Doteira Games, but we consider them a part of our family. Once we get a little bit bigger, maybe they'll officially become a part of our family. That's what we're shooting towards. But yeah, Phantom Epoch is the result of... I don't want to miss anyone, so I'm not going to count off the top of my head, but it's many hands. Definitely. Far more than just 2 people. And certainly far more than me. I'm technically the designer. That's awesome, Wesley. You'll have to send us your resume. All right, let's I was gonna say I'm technically the designer, but I mean Phantom Epoch is not just my baby. It is partially my baby, but there were a lot of people involved, a lot of amazing people, and I appreciate all of you. All right, so what everyone's here for, the giveaway. So there's just a couple of requirements. A part of the giveaway is because we need your help with something, which I'll explain in a second. So the first requirement is that this is specifically to reward backers. So it is a requirement to have backed at a pledge tier. The reward is going to be to get your pledge tier free, whatever it is. But it is to reward actual backers. So I know nobody in the chat will have done this, but if your plan is to back today, and then if you don't win the giveaway, cancel. I know no one in the chat would have done that, but the plan is to reward actual backers. So we're going to make sure that it's an actual backer that gets the reward. So that's the first requirement, to be a backer. The second requirement is to be here on the live stream, which obviously you all are. If you are watching later, stay till the end. We recognize that this timing wasn't great for everyone, so we're going to do a little something to try and make up for it. And we appreciate all the comments letting us know that it wasn't great timing, especially for Europe and UK, which you guys are awesome. There's lots of support there. Yeah, Good comment. Yeah, Emil is awesome. Rogue Angels is awesome. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But he has, for anybody who's backed Rogue Angels, he has stipulated that the work on the one shot is specifically for once Rogue Angels has gone to print and there's nothing left for him to do on the design side there. So don't worry about us tying him up and delaying Rogue Angels. That is his priority for sure. But we're excited to see what he has. Okay, so 2 requirements. Third requirement, Board Game Geek, and this is what we need your help with. Now, we're not trying to game the system here, nothing nefarious here. The simple fact is that this image right here is not a great representative image of Phantom Epoch. And the way it works on Board Game Geek is we need help to change that. This is actually an image of just my table with everything spread out using a camera phone. It's not a great image. We have much better images in our gallery. So the contest is, and the image that's chosen here is just based on the image that has the most thumbs up in the images. So again, nothing nefarious. We're not asking for ratings, nothing like that at all. We just want to get the right image up there. So we need your help. So we thought this would be a great way to do it, reward our backers and get the right image up there. So the image that we're aiming for, if you go to Board Game Geek and you go to images and you click on, I think it's now the 4th image here, photo shoot, maps, HP bases, minis, standees. This is the image that we think is in our gallery right now. It was done at a professional photo shoot. We think it would be a much better cover image. So our goal is to make that our cover image. So for the contest, all you got to do, give a thumbs up on the image and then write a comment. This should be the cover image or whatever you want to write. The comment isn't actually required to make that the cover image. I will put it in the chat. Yeah, just so the comment isn't required to make it the cover image, but the comment is how we're just going to gather who's done it. And you can always even delete the comment after if you want. But yeah, that's it. So at the end, after everyone's done it, we'll gather the names from the comments and we'll do a random draw from that. Now, it's important that I warn you, this is probably going to be a little bit disappointing. It's a little bit disappointing for me. But because of what I said at the outset about this very specifically being to reward backers who have been with us in the campaign, who have put their trust in us and are making Phantom Epoch possible, we will be selecting the winner at the end of the live stream, but we will not be announcing the winner at the end of the live stream. So we'll do it closer to the campaign end. But yeah, that's just to make sure that it's fair for all of you actual backers that are on the chat. Yeah, so that's it. I am going to drop the link in the chat. Thank you for those who have already done it. And I'm going to start a poll just to make sure everyone's done it. So once you've done it, you can hit yes in the poll in the chat. And here is the link. Should be good to go now. All right, so you can go ahead and jump on that. I'm going to talk about a few other things while you're there. First off, something that I want to show you about the campaign. Oh no, I was afraid this would happen. I need to hide this window for a second and then I'll pull it back. Just because I technically can't share that window. Oh, and now I'm revealing something for later in the stream. Oh well. I'm still getting a hang of this live streaming stuff. All right, let me pull this back now. There we are. All right, this is what I wanted to show you guys. So in Kickstarter, as a creator, we have a couple of analytics that not everyone can see, but this is something that really excites me. Our first campaign got a little over 1,000 backers, I believe, for the first printing. And we already 1 week into the campaign, have a 28% return rate. 28% of our original backers are already back for this campaign. And what blows me away about that is that it wasn't actually that long ago that we fulfilled. It's been 6-7 months since everybody got their games. And so the reality is not even, I doubt 28% of people have even finished playing yet. Hopefully they've started, but there's a lot of campaign and a lot of campaign to play. So all of you backers who have come back, again, thank you for your trust in us. Thank you for the trust the first time. I know as a first-time creator, there's always worries about whether it will actually be fulfilled. And we did face problems, difficulties in fulfilling, both at the manufacturer with tariffs. We were much later than we wanted to be, but we got it done. And that's thanks to your trust in us, thanks to sticking around. And we're very happy, very excited, and very grateful to have you all back in this campaign. All right, there was a message in the chat that I wanted to highlight. Don't know how to change to a yes in the poll. I tried to test that before. Somebody did it. Somebody did it in my test. Maybe somebody can put in the chat how to do it. I think maybe you cancel your answer first and then you do it again. But I'm honestly not sure. I just checked that somebody could do it beforehand and that was it. That's okay. We'll forgive you. If we get to the end and there's still a whole bunch of no's, I'll just ask the chat to let me know if you need a couple more minutes. But now, yes, this is something really exciting to me in the second printing, the fumble alternative, something that everyone can start doing right away. The biggest complaint, like I've said multiple times now, the biggest complaint about the first printing, and we totally get it, was just how punishing fumbles were. And we did design a lot of mitigation around that. Just briefly, I'll talk about it a bit more. We did design a lot of mitigation around that, but in the early game, it was especially punishing. There wasn't much you could do when you fumbled, and rogue players especially, honestly, I think a lot of the people that hated it were rogue players. You have all those low AP attacks that you can pile up in a turn, and then you fumble on the first one, and at the start of the game, there's nothing you can do about that. It sucks. Honestly, it sucks, and we get it. So we're so excited that thanks to the playtesters, thanks to the community, we were able to improve that with the new options that give you player agency right from the get-go, and it doesn't unbalance the later mitigation. So yeah, super excited about the fumbles. All right, let's get into talking about our guest designers that we unlocked. Good question, Rob. No. Not really. So we've had a lot of people ask about this. A lot of people are going to receive a second adversary mat. We appreciate you getting them the first time. The reason that we were able to throw the adversary mat essentially for free into every bundle was just because it simplifies things at the factory for packing. They're just going to print a whole bunch of extra adversary mats and put them free in every box, every bundle, I should say. So yeah, it's going to result in a duplicate, but we figured that was better than not giving people a free adversary mat. So hopefully everyone's okay with that. And if you do have an extra, yeah, just gift it or make a mouse pad out of it. I don't know. That is a good point there. We'll have to talk about that. I don't know if it's going to be possible at this point. A big part of why we're going to be able to turn this around so quickly, fulfilling the English in September, is because everything has been submitted to the factory already. We might be able to sneak in a change or two. We'll talk about it. But that's a good idea, Quick Team. Thank you for that. All right. Guest designer. We have unlocked, actually, let's talk about, I'm jumping all over the place. Sorry, guys. Let's talk about who we've already unlocked briefly. Let me pull this up. Oh, wrong window. All right, so we have 4 guest designers unlocked. I'm super excited about them. First of all, we got Taylor, and when I asked him how to pronounce his name and apologized for pronouncing it wrong last time, he told me he's happy with any pronunciation. So fault, I'm not sure. I'm sorry again. Yeah, you're awesome. Even if I can't pronounce your name, sorry. So these guys are new developers working on a really cool game named Samus. It is available to playtest on Tabletop Simulator, but it is a private mod, so you'll have to join their Discord channel and ask for a playtest. But it's totally worth it. Really fun game. The art is just fantastic. And Falk does all of the art himself. Yeah, it's great. Lots of fun, good mechanics. And yeah, keep an eye on this. They haven't started advertising at all yet, but it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Second, Zach Jacob from Pudcat Games. First, I shouldn't say first. I don't know if he had another game before it, but most known, I think, for Davy Jones, Walker, The Kraken Wakes, and just recently went to Kickstarter for zeroday.exe. He did up this cool graphic with our Phantom Epoch Exiles of Volan boss and the 0 Day characters. Zeroday.exe is a deck builder, fantastic game. Check it out. It is available for late pledges. I know that you can play test it with him on Tabletop Simulator. Whether it's available publicly, I don't know. If you're in the chat, Zach, maybe you can answer that. But yeah, the scenarios in it can be played standalone or as part of a campaign. Super cool game. Check it out. It is available for late pledges right now, I believe. Next up is Steve from Dark Horizon Games, known for Earth Under Siege. And I will apologize to you, Steve. When I asked for the images for this graphic, I did not give any directions on what I was looking for. And Steve gave me a great picture of his face. We're happy to see you here, Steve. I apologize that you're the only one that I'm sort of doxing here. But yeah, this is going to be a super fun print and play that he's going to do one shot. I'm going to guess, I could be wrong, I'm going to guess that it will be stealth-based. But we'll see. We'll see. Next up, Emil, Sun Tzu Games, known for Rogue Angels. I know there's a lot of people who have backed Phantom Epoch who also backed Rogue Angels. And we're all, myself included, very excited for it. Late pledge is available. I think it will be fulfilling just a little bit later this year. So great guest designers. I'm super happy that everyone agreed when I approached them about this. And now, without further ado, let's unlock number 5. So we have 2, 4, 5, and 8 left. And for those who haven't joined or watched our previous live streams of these, I do not know what's on the other side of these cards. I randomized them. I don't have a clue who's on which. I will ask the chat to vote on your number, or whatever number you want to see unlocked. If there is a tie, I will roll a die. But so far, it looks like number 2 is winning, although 5 is a close second. 8's catching up. All right, we're still at 3 2s, 3 4s now. Oops, highlighted the wrong comment. There we go. Yeah, between Phantom Epoch and Rogue Angels, lots of good sci-fi gaming. You guys are making this hard on me. I think we have a 3-way tie. Oh no, we have a fourth two. And we have a fourth five. Oh, Vyeshka changed from 5 to 2. Thank you. Yeah, I should have done a poll. That would have been smart. I'm still learning. And 2 it is. We will stop it here before we get another tie. Plus, Shurab, my wife, says that my daughter says too. So once again, my daughter is getting her way. Story of my life. All right, let's flip number 2 and see who we got. John Merchant. All right, this is exciting to me. John, I'm not sure if you're in the chat. You should be. John is, I was actually going to do a shout out to him later anyway, but I'm going to do it now. John is he does many things, but he is the main graphic designer for all things Phantom Epoch. He's the brains, the hands, everything behind the Kickstarter and the fantastic layout of it. John, Phantom Epoch would not be a thing without John. And that's the truth. He does so much, and I'm so thankful that I just pile work onto him over and over and over again. And he tirelessly, probably not tirelessly, he works very hard on everything that I pile on him, and I appreciate him. But guest designer, John is also a designer himself. And let me change my screen for just a moment. Hey, Steve. I hope your own stream went well. I wish I could have watched it. Happy to have you here. Let me change my window, and here we go. John designed Squire for Hire, which is a small game, but it's a super cool game that I highly recommend checking out. It's great for traveling, and it's just ingenious how much game and how much fun he packed into this small box. And just like this graphic shows some of John's brilliance. Like, the box for the game is the instructions, as you can see here. John knows what he's doing. And I will stop singing his praises now because I could gush about him for a while. All right. So we got our 5th designer. But wait, there's more. About an hour before the stream started, you all hit 300 community actions. I was joking in the Discord that you would need to take a break from doing community actions because everyone's getting sick of seeing me every couple of days. So instead, what you all did was unlock a 2nd guest designer. So now you only have to see me for 1 stream instead of 2, which is amazing. You guys rock. So we're going to reveal number, I'm getting lost now, number 6. Number 6. So let's do this again. And this time I am going to take a second to make a poll, I hope. Let's see. Start a poll. I have to cancel the last poll, which I will do now. Start a poll. Which designer? I'm sorry I didn't have this ready beforehand. I should have. 4, 5, and 8. And the poll should be up now. 4, 5, or 8. Yeah. I'm not a painter myself. I really wish I was. I really wish I was. I had to ask somebody else to paint my own personal minis, but some people have shared photos of their painted minis, and there are some really cool designs out there. I'm not gonna try and say that Phantom Epoch has the best minis in the world. I really like them, but they're not as intricately detailed as others, I guess you could say. That's a design choice. But what people have done painting them looks really cool. I'm blown away by some of the paintings. All right. Now that I've rambled a little bit tall, we have number 8 as the winner of the poll. So let's go ahead and flip number 8 and see who we got. Jonathan Phillips Bradford. All right. So this one is kind of cool, actually. The whole idea for inviting guest designers was based on a seminar at Gamma Expo a couple of weeks ago that talked about collabs with indie designers. And I thought, what a great idea that is. I'm in touch with other indie designers. Why not reach out to them and ask, right screen, wrong tab, ask if they'd be interested. And it was actually at Gamma that I walked over to Panda Cult Games booth, and I asked them if it would be something that they would be interested in. So Panda Cult Games is responsible for Shovel Knight Dungeon Duels, for Wander, and for this super cute plushie, or super horrifying plushie. I'm not sure which. Great guys. There's actually 2 of them on our locked guest designer list. I thought it would be kind of fun if we unlocked them both today, but it's okay. We'll get them both unlocked. And yeah, I'm really excited to see, as with all of them, what they come up with. So it's going to be a fun one-shot. And it's, I thought that Gamma was our first Gamma. And I thought it was really cool to have something like that come out of it. My wife is asking, what's the surprise for non-backers or ones watching? Good question. Be patient. We'll get to it. But I'm going to pay for that later. Yeah. So that's our guest designers. We've unlocked 2 guest designers. Now I am going to ask Paul, who I hope has been paying attention, to tally up all of the comments on that image. I haven't looked myself. To let me know, or let the chat know. Actually, let's do it this way. Paul is going to let the chat know how many. I'm not sure that that's a surprise, Steve, but it's likely to happen. Yes, please do report her. No, I'm just digging my grave even deeper. Oh boy. All right. So Paul is going to let the chat know how many people commented. He's going to assign everyone in the comments numbers. And then the first person to respond to Paul with a number will use that number to decide who the winner is, whoever that was assigned to. And again, I'm sorry, we're not going to announce who the winner is yet. I'm going to have Paul privately message me, and you guys are going to have to stay in suspense. For anybody that joined late, the reason is because this reward really is or this giveaway is really to reward backers, and it's just to avoid the possibility. I know nobody in the chat did this, but to avoid the possibility that somebody pledged just for the giveaway and then planned on canceling if they weren't winners, because we want to reward our backers. And it's the only fair way we could think of to make that happen. So we will announce the winner later on in the campaign. Yeah. So while Paul's tallying that, keep an eye on the chat. He's going to give the number, and then right away, say what number you guys want. Get your number queued up, even if you want. But while he's doing that, he asked me to stall for a little bit. So I want to show you something else that I've been working on in all of my abundant free time. Let's see. This tab is the one I want. So board game stories, campaign game stories, when you're playing a mission a week or less, it can be really hard to keep track of the lore, right? So what I wanted to do was to put together a wiki for Phantom Epoch, keeping spoilers hidden. So I've been working on this wiki. It's very, very, very early so far, but it will be a way that you can refer to names, places, events that you encounter in Phantom Epoch to refresh your memory, because it can be hard to keep track of the story. I know when I play long campaign games, playing once a week or whatever, by the end, I'm generally pretty lost. So yeah. So this wiki, work in progress, very, very early. But it's just going to help refresh your memory when you're playing Phantom Epoch, because there's a lot to remember between the expeditions, the missions, and everything else. Yeah. So that's the wiki. I don't want to show more because it's probably broken. So you know what I'm working on, and there we go. Pick a number between 1 to 23 Spice Core. Man, that was fast. I didn't even see Paul's message before you answered. 13. So you can go ahead and DM me who that is, Paul. And then I'll give a knowing look to the camera, but not tell anyone who it is. I'm super excited about this, though. And I think we will probably... Actually, I'll give it a couple of minutes in case anybody has any more questions that they want me to answer. Again, Phantom Epoch, Doteira Games, whatever. Kickstarters in general. And just thank you all for being here. This was a lot of fun for me. Thank you for putting up with me. I don't know what I'm doing on live stream. I never, ever, ever, ever imagined that I would ever be doing a live stream. But you guys are patient with me, and I appreciate it. Helping me out in the chat, telling me to use a poll when I should use a poll. You rock. Now, how did you come up with the name Phantom Epoch? My wife Shirley is laughing in the other room. I'll let her answer that one. She can answer in the chat. We'll use, that's a good question. How is the person being contacted for this, by the way? YouTube doesn't have a DM system. We will use the comment that on the Board Game Geek that won. And we will DM you on Board Game Geek. So keep an eye on your geek mail. But also, again, it won't be announced till later in the campaign. So don't worry that you didn't win if you haven't heard anything within a few days. It's going to have to be later in the campaign. You know, the story is good when the wife is laughing. So I mean, I was brainstorming a bunch of different ideas for the name Phantom Epoch, and it was Shirley ultimately. Honestly, I don't even know how she came up with it, but she was the one that came up with the name Phantom Epoch. Okay, she's crediting me. But no, I stole the name from her. Yeah, she came up with the name, and she always threatens me that she's going to sue me for the IP since she came up with the name. So that's why she's laughing. Not a long story, but yeah, it's just a running joke between us that Phantom Epoch is all thanks to her. All right, now for those of you who are watching this later, particularly those in the UK and Europe. We thank you for those of you that it's 3, 4 a.m. that joined the live stream. You rock. I'm sorry to have done that to you. The timing really wasn't great for you guys. I know that, but we want to make it up to you. So if you are watching the live stream later, we're going to hold a secondary contest that's exactly the same. You need to have pledged. It is to reward actual backers. You obviously need to have watched this live stream because otherwise you won't know about this. And third, same thing, like that same image, comment on it, and in 24 hours, so tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, we will choose a secondary winner, and this will be a free deluxe edition of the game. So if you're already pledged for a tier that has it in it, we'll just credit you that amount for the deluxe edition. And for those, again, that are watching later, sorry that you weren't able to join us live. Sorry the timing sucked. But we're glad you joined us later. All right. With that, I am going to do one more thing, but it is spoiler sensitive. So I'm going to say goodbye. I'm not going to say anything else for the rest of the stream after I say goodbye, but I am going to just show something in Tabletop Simulator. So those who don't want any kind of spoilers at all, when I say goodbye, that's probably your cue to close YouTube. I will say that this has to do, I said last live stream that I really wanted to show off the final mission in Exiles of Volan. This has to do with that. It's not heavy spoilers, but yeah, it's a little bit of spoilers. So again, after I say goodbye, if you don't want those spoilers, close the window. It's so nice to have all of you here. We had a good turnout today. You all rock. Thank you again for being amazing backers. We couldn't ask for a better community. So with that, I'm going to switch back to Tabletop Simulator. I'm going to say goodbye. I'm not saying anything else for the rest of this stream. I'm just going to stop it once I've shown what I want to show. So if you're out, have a good night. Thanks again for joining us.